Hi, Ben here. Thought it was worth sharing a little story about a business that I part own, help organize. It's an online platform, provides meditation courses. Now, for a long time, it was a struggle, a constant struggle, a struggle to find enough people to come along, a struggle to find enough people, persuade enough people to buy the courses. Actually, in many respects, the business, the platform was quite early into that marketplace, and for quite a long time, actually, that sort of early status really helped. We did well from the courses. It's just a small organization; didn't need to sell a lot to do well. But over time, the market was shifting, as is invariably the case. The kind of one of the only two rules of truth. Everything is always changing, the idea of impermanence. So while we were maybe early to the marketplace, had some initial success, then things were changing. New companies come along, technology changes, expectations of your customers change, expectations of the companies who you serve change. This constantly changing marketplace is always eating away at your business. So it kind of faces, you're faced with a choice, really. Either you kind of lean into that change, either you embrace it, you become an agent of change yourself, or you let the change wash over you. You become a victim of the change in some respects. So back to the meditation business. So actually, up until sort of early last year, like I said, struggle, constantly straining, constantly the feeling of pushing water uphill to get people on board, to get people to sign up. There were some people, but not really much. And then sometime around late March 2020, everything changed. Now, cast your minds back. You'll know we were just tipping into pandemic status at that point. I think something like a third of the world was in lockdown. Now, we made a simple but really profound shift at that point. We did something, which outwardly seems like a very, very small step. We added to the suite of things that we offered a morning meditation session. We promised, went to the people who were in our orbit, who kind of were interested in what we did, however small that might be, and said, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., we'll be open for meditation. You're welcome to join us. It's free. Now, that was sometime around the end of March last year. And those morning meditations have continued every weekday morning since then. And that has really kind of opened the door, been an invitation into thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of new people into the business, onto the platform. And with those thousands of new people into the business, onto the platform, comes more financial resilience, comes more sort of stability, success, more kind of opportunity to kind of think confidently and creatively about what we're doing. And it all came about because of that one shift, that one moment where we were able to kind of adapt and evolve in real time to look at and see the change that was happening around us and respond and adapt to it. One simple shift, opening the door to a really profound change. So how did that happen? I think one of the key things there is there's three of us on the management team, and two of us are not in the business, not in the organization all the time. Jake, the third, she's the executive director. She's there every day. She's the one fighting for the sales, up against the coalface, trying to work it all out, trying to make it all happen. Because, of course, when you're that close, when you're that invested, when you're holding it that tight, it's really difficult to see objectively. It's really difficult to see the change that's happening around you. And if you can't see the change that's happening around you, it's not possible to identify the little shifts, the little adjustments, the little changes that you might make, the little experiments you might play with to see if they are a kind of ticket to something new. So that there were two external voices to the management team is what really enabled that, or played a big part of that. So I guess my invitation to you, is a fewfold. One, the importance of experimenting, the importance of making little small adjustments to what you do, always and often. So you are an agent of change. You are leaning into the change which is affecting your business. Because in these experiments, in these small opportunities, some of these things will win. Some of them will fizzle out, but some of them will win. And from these small changes, really great, big, profound changes can happen, as was the case for us, going from a few hundred people coming to our sessions to many thousands of people coming to our sessions, from a very small amount of income to a really much more considerable amount of income. So, the importance of changes, the importance of experiments, and the importance of having objective views, outside of views that can challenge your thinking, views that can look at your marketplace as a whole and help you identify what things you might play with. And you might do that informally. It need not be a formal thing, but really kind of embrace those two things. If you're interested in these ideas, you're interested in knowing more, sign up to my newsletter. And maybe that newsletter actually can serve as a little bit of an independent voice for you. Something to challenge your ideas, to challenge how you might think about things, to encourage you also to experiment, to encourage you to become an agent of change rather than a victim of it. So sign up. I hope you enjoy it. Look forward to hearing your thoughts, and do keep in touch. Thanks.